Welcome to the show. Lights come on, we're left tonight. Sportcat shining, feeling right. Brenda's laughing by his side, turning chaos into pride. Headlines roll, but we don't fear. We find the light and bring it here. Sportcats Gazette, don't bunker tonight. We rise above with laughter and light. Through every storm, we find our way, smiling through the madness every day. Hey, 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 every day. Every day. Sportcats Gazette, hit play. Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Sportcat's Daily Gazette, live across Australia on Dare Media Group radio stations. News, weather,
And somehow it all makes sense. Sort of. For more information, go to daremediagroup.com.au.
The boss jock has entered the building. You are listening to the Sportcat Show.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Yeah, the one and only Sport Cat, often imitated, never duplicated. We're early. No, in case you're wondering about the show date that I was just informed was wrong, I guess I set this show up after midnight, so I just scheduled it for the next day. So, all right, well, we're live. Get over it. Come over and join us, and welcome to all of our friends in Australia. Dare Talk Radio, Radio X Country, Radio X Gold, all those places. Come over and join us on the chat in YouTube, under the YouTube shows, and we will have a nice, lively chat today. We already got Brenda here. Well, yeah, hold on. We got Brenda. Here's Brenda. Yeah. We got Brenda here. We got Denise here, and she reminds everybody, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Hello, Chris. Welcome to the show. We're glad you're here. Kick guy, go kick dirt. I don't have time for you today.
Hey, bro.
I don't have time for you. He says he has some suggestions about my stream. Yeah, I bet you do. I got some suggestions for your stream. It's called Fuck Off. So
Oh boy, we're in mood.
I'll just start
today.
early. I'll just start early. I'll just get it out.
You better push that button.
Yeah, shit. Where is that button? I don't know. It's over here somewhere.
Okay.
The views, opinions, and satirical content expressed on Sportcat's Daily Gazette are those of the host, Glenn Sportcat Jackson,
That's me.
Yeah.
and do not reflect the views of any affiliated networks, sponsors, or platforms hosting the show.
Nope.
This show is intended for entertainment purposes only. Please note, satire and humor, all commentary,
That's
especially
correct.
on news, sports, and entertainment, is presented in a satirical manner.
That's because we're not
Statements made on this show should
Really?
not be taken as factual reporting or professional advice.
smart. That's right.
Yeah, boy, I sure like that Big Brother show of
Oh,
yours.
where'd that come from? All right. Oh, I guess I hit more than one button there.
Warren's hot and wet right now.
I haven't heard from him forever.
It's Friday!
Yes.
It is. Thank God.
It is Friday, so
It's not a good Friday either.
yeah. Tell us what's going on with you, Brenda.
It was disastrous, man. Rain, flooding in my house, everything going off. It's now I'm sitting. Oh, and then late last night I was hungry, so I
Uh-huh.
warmed up some Chinese food that I got the other day. And so all night long, my stomach was sick. Now I'm sitting here with toilet paper hanging out of my nose because I have a nosebleed. Woohoo! Oh my God. I think somebody ran me over in a truck last night.
Okay. So, You sure?
I'm positive.
I think it's your pink bottle over there. So
No. That's full of water. It's, does me no good. That sounds nothing like me. I scream and yell and talk and say, harder, you bitch. Oh.
Whoa. Too early for this.
You don't slap my ass when you're pulling my hair, you're fired. Oh, help me.
I didn't sleep well, but I don't know. It's I don't know what it is. Squirt come in there and he's like, "Are you awake?" And I'm like, "Well, I am now." Which button was it? Was it this one, Warren, or was it where the hell is it? I found it earlier. I don't know. There we go.
Was that other button like a pig noise squealing or something?
Yeah, it could be.
I'm
sorry.
Oh, Jesus, here they come.
It was the wrong pig. Sorry. Sorry, wrong pig. I don't know. I'm out of control.
You're grounded from the buttons.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
She's an idiot.
I don't care. So,
Why does everybody see my schlong?
Yeah, well, it's Friday. Everybody needs to see my schlong. So, I didn't sleep very well, and I guess I don't know. I got to drive all day tomorrow, and it's gonna freaking rain. Oh, I hate driving in the rain. So,
oh, are you getting the rain we had?
Yeah, it'll be bad.
I hope it calm down some.
No, it's actually a pretty intense rainstorm that's coming through. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll drive all day. It's gonna be moving up the East Coast, so I'll be driving all day in it. Yay! Yeah, it'll be fun times. So,
so is Miss Sportcat going with you?
Well, it's funny you ask. She is, but what the hell is this? Oh, that's Brenda's.
Get your fingers away from that button.
To help you through the day.
There you go.
Get your fingers away from your soundboard, please.
We ain't got time for this today. So, whoa, now the aliens are coming in. No, Mrs. Sportcat is going. Oh, the aliens are coming in. Her and little Sportcat and Squirt are traveling the non-highway route because Mrs. Sportcat doesn't drive on interstate. So I will probably beat them there by like 5 hours. So I'm on jacked
up on Mountain Dew.
That's
You're
right.
not going to go that route with them so you can make sure everything's okay, or?
Are you kidding? They got cell phones, and so even Squirt has a cell phone. So
he's too young to have a cell phone. But who does he call? Bert and Ernie.
I agree. So
spoiler alert. Get ready, Big Brother fans.
Whoa,
the latest twists
on right now. Get away.
I'm a fan, but I never listen to the Sportcat show.
Well, you should.
That's it. I'm messaging your wife. I'm gonna tell her to go in there and unplug your soundboard.
Oh no, don't do that. Please don't do that. I won't know what to do. So that's right. Shut up, woman. I ain't got time for you. Yeah, no, she's driving the interstate. I'll be taking I'm driving the interstate. She's taking back roads. So and then they'll have to stop like 5 times and pee, and then Squirt will want to get out and wander around. And yeah, I don't have the patience for that shit. I'll lock the cruise control on 80 and away I will go. So
and Ginger will be riding with you.
That's right. I'll tell Ginger to hold on. We're going in. So we ain't got time for this. So. Yeah, we're going in. We ain't got time for this. If something does go astray, I'll just over it. Except when they're on the other side of the mountain. That's the only bad time. But that will be far apart. But yeah. Besides for the fact I'll be 200 miles ahead of her in about an hour.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, so but it'll be all right. So well,
is that the way you guys vacation? You know, you leave like a day ahead of time and
No,
spend
no,
one
no.
day
Usually
relaxing
I
before
drive
anybody gets
because
there.
well, usually I drive because I don't want her to make it a 12-hour trip when it could be a 2. So
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you
that's
understand
right.
that?
So, that's what I tell her when she gets behind the wheel.
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
Yeah, she usually has an answer too.
I will look for you. I will find you.
Well, you got to find me first, lady. So
And I will kill you.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
It's a Friday show. I should be allowed to push buttons. So
Well, you know, okay. You can, I guess.
she will be a passenger on the highway. She just has to take Xanax. Well, if I'm driving. Because I've had emergency vehicle operator courses, and I don't know what that little gauge in front of you that moves when you hit the pedal is. I just there's a couple speeds. So, yeah. So it'll be fun. We'll have a good trip. Looking forward to seeing all the grandkids. So, and having all of them together. That will be I'll have my kids and all the grandkids. The only one missing will be Tyler. So, but that's not unusual. So, he doesn't travel well. So, I don't.
All right then.
Whatever. I barely leave the house, but he leaves the house only to go to work. So. Yeah, so it'll be fun. I'm planning on a week, but I've already got a heads up that there could be something going on in it. I may be there too. And 2 will turn into 3, and
great.
I'm just change my address. So. I got to go back up there in August for the election because I want to be at the party for when Kathy wins. So I'm going to be back up there in August. So I'll be back soon. So yeah. So and there is no. I don't know if Jason's watching. Probably not. There is no new news on the election. It's all quiet. It's funny how that works. You bring out scandals on them and then just silence. But everybody, I can't say what's going on right now, but everybody, thoughts and prayers to Jason and Travis right now. When I'm allowed to tell you, I'll tell you. So there is that, but we don't know anything right now. So I don't know anything. Hey, Sage, welcome. Well, I don't want to talk out of turn. It's none of my business. So. But yeah, there is that. But yeah, and so I'll be driving all day tomorrow. You can follow along. What I was planning on doing, or I was hoping to do, is the Thin Line Rock Station. I know that most of my listeners know. Right now, they're doing a 24-hour DJ lockdown, and they have been live from 4 p.m. yesterday, and they will be live until 4 p.m. today, raising money for public safety and public safety awareness. And I had invited them to drop in and play trivia with us, but they've already got their schedule booked for people, so they couldn't fit me in. I'm not important. So.
Well, no, they've been on the radio for 24 hours. I'm pretty sure they don't want to put up with our dumbness.
Well, I heard one of them say that I heard Aaron say that she had saw Andrew in his underwear. So I'm kind of wondering what's going on in this lockdown. So the fact that a couple of them were forced to eat pineapple pizza, and so
well, during the last lockdown,
pineapple on pizza.
Me.
Yeah, there's something wrong with you, but we've known that. So
during the last lockdown, people got pregnant. So let's.
I don't know if Aaron's husband's there. I know Jason is, and I think 2 of the other jocks, but I don't think her husband's there. I'd have to go back and look and see. But so I told him, I said, well, I'll just talk about you. So I promised I would do that. But, yeah, if you're if you're a fan of my show, you know that I'm there live every Tuesday and Thursday from noon till 2, 12 to 1400. So you can check that out. I encourage you to. And if you want to drop in, well, you can't because they'll be off the air.
God.
Send them a message. Tell them that you appreciate what they're doing. I heard, I don't know if it's an official number, but they were close to raising $10,000 for their cause. So I know yesterday I listened, and they have a whiskey that was on that whiskey maker that is owned by a public safety company. And then I heard they had the fire department coffee guys on yesterday morning. And then somewhere overnight, they had somebody that does energy shots, like drinks, for public safety. I don't know the name of the company. I'll give them a shout out. And then I heard this morning they had the company that manufactures basically their disposable wipes, man-sized, that you use after you come out of a fire to wipe all the smoke and soot and stuff off of you. So I heard them on too, and they were giving away some packages and prizes too. So I hope they get their goal. If not, they need to stay on the air for another 24 hours. So
that's easier said than done coming from you.
Yeah, well, if I had been there would have been no pineapple pizza. So I thought they were going to do it remotely where they were just all connected. I didn't realize they were going to get together, but I wasn't too much of a part of the plan in making this, because when they were designing and setting all this up, I was in Tennessee with family stuff. So yeah. I don't know what kind of wipes it is, Warren, but they're wipes. They're like those, but they're for firemen. Because I guess you all don't know, but if you've been inside of a burning building, whenever you put water on it, you create steam. And unless there's a hole cut in the roof or there's a window open or something, you can't compress steam. So it comes right through and permeates right through your gear, your clothing, and you stink. You stink. You smell like a dirty ashtray when you come out of there. No, barbecues smell good. This is it's a combination of soot and sour milk. Well, that's because you've been in that tournament here for so long.
Y'all's boobies leaking?
But no, we'll see a large number of firefighters get prostate cancer because the steam and smoke come up into your breeches, your firefighter pants, and your manly parts are exposed to carcinogens a lot. So firefighters get testicular cancer, throat cancer, and prostate cancer frequently. So the new technique is, if you're in a progressive department and not some little department that doesn't know what the hell they're doing, when you come out, you keep all your gear on, including your air. And then they have basically it's a dedicated hose line, and they spray you down from head to toe, and they run like a car wash brush over you and scrub you off. And then you take off of your gear and you clean yourself as much as you can on scene. So it's not going to stop firefighter cancer, but it's a hope that it will reduce it by getting the carcinogens off of you. Because let me tell you, after a good house fire, you smell like it for 2 days. You can even taste it for 2 days, and you're sneezing black stuff. So
how wrong would it be for them to just strip their clothes off right there and be hosed down with the water hose?
Well, see, I think some progressive departments are going to unless you're out in like public, like, going to Walmart, Kroger's or something, they're going to basically jumpsuits like mechanics wear. And is that what they're called? No, not overalls. It's a long sleeve.
Yeah.
What is it called? Is it jumpsuit? It's like a flight suit.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
And a lot of the progressive departments, so you'll wear shorts and a t-shirt under it. Of course, they're still going to smell, but you can take them off when you get back to the station and put on another one. But these chiefs get so uptight about, well, when you go out in public, people need to see you with your button-up dress shirt. I don't think they give a rat's ass what you look like
No.
as long as you're there when they need them. So,
Yeah.
Warren, or I'm sorry, Denise. Why did I think that was a Warren comment? Denise is apparently she's a crocheter, and she is going to. Denise, you have to make me one in yellow and black. It has to be Sportcat color. So she is going to make crochet penis warmers. Maybe that's how I can make money. I'll buy them from her. I'll crochet them, and then I'll sell them after I wear them. So.
Ew.
So,
Smell like chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
I'll need an extra large, Denise. So
yeah, okay.
There we go. So I'll send you my address. I want one. He says people are into that. I didn't realize that there was such a thing as a penis warmer. Who knew? Who knew? Leave it to one of my fans to know that.
Right?
Yeah, Warren, you've made me flags and banners and stuff, but you've never made me a penis warmer. I'm kind of upset about that, Warren. As a fan of the show, Warren, you should make me a penis warmer.
Wait, I just tapped into his brain and said I got one for you.
No, I'm very scared. Brenda needs a cooch warmer.
Really, I don't.
How do you make a cooch warmer?
Oh,
this show is
women,
already
those
doomed.
are called underwear. Okay.
Well, Warren says he's going to need to cast it first.
Right?
No, I know what you'll do. You'll make a flesh tool out of it. Nope.
Look at this guy.
Nope. Yeah, then the next thing I know, you'll be selling it on the
Where are we?
Daddy gets
That's right.
whatever Daddy wants. Daddy gets
Oh, God.
whatever Daddy
This
wants.
show is doomed.
That's exactly what Daddy gets. All right.
This show is doomed. It's Friday. It's Friday, and the 5 o'clock news dump hasn't happened yet. We're stuck with Canadians who wouldn't apparently be Americans, hurricanes, and UFOs. But they did drop some, and we're going to watch them together. I haven't looked at them yet. Not all of them. They dropped over 5 gigabytes worth of UFO data this morning. So I don't think there's any pictures of bodies yet. And that's what I want. I want a picture of a gray. Or I want a gray like waving, saying, hey, how you doing?
You know what? I'm sorry. If they don't put it and walk with it down the street where people are actually filming it, I don't trust people. I don't trust.
We're going to talk about that too. Body doubles. There's a story that's not really being covered a lot by mainstream that
of course not.
Turns out one of the are they boomers, the old folk? I don't know. Their news channel may have been caught doing something shady. So
yeah, well, of course.
You know what? All the news media, with the exception for me, is all being spoon-fed shit.
Yep.
And well, we'll get into that. It's 224, 225 on the East Coast. LA, man, those wildfires out there, they need this rain we're getting. 11:25 in the morning there, 12:25 in Denver. My friend in Denver overnight, like 2 or 3 in the morning, she sent me snow pictures. I'm like, what is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you people?
Do you not think there's something wrong with it snowing right now this time of the year?
She says it's the elevation. I don't know.
4th of July, it's going to be freaking snowing out there. Watch.
4th of July, you're going to be in a snowsuit. Chris, it's 1:25 where you are. Anchorage, I don't know why I care. It's 10:25 in the morning there. Sydney, it's already Saturday for you guys and gals. What are you doing listening at 4:25 in the morning? But thank you for listening. Lord Howe, 4:55 tomorrow. They're already tomorrow. They're our time travelers. So
Yeah.
They've already seen the moon. That is, well, it's almost half. So it'll be full moon, almost full moon by the time we get to Tennessee. Maybe I'll take Squirt out and we'll go into the woods and I'll get him good and scared. So.
Oh, that'll be lovely. You won't sleep
Yeah,
that night either.
No, it won't be my problem. Oh, shit, I don't have a lock on my door. I'm in the attic. So.
He's going to keep your mom up. It's going to become your problem.
Oh, yeah. So, well, there's already trouble in Tennessee. Mom messaged me yesterday. So, yeah, good
Oh,
times.
God. Oh, God.
So,
Oh, God.
it's not a big deal, but everything's a big deal. I don't know. So, we'll figure it out when I get there. I told her, I said, just make the appointment. I'll figure it out. 3 minutes and 17.8 seconds. The sun is running early. I don't believe it for a minute.
Again?
I don't believe it. Yeah. Several of the real facts on Snapple caps have been found to be outdated, incorrect, or exaggerated. Well, come on. Who didn't
They
know?
still do that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing. Are the fortune cookies, are they fake too? Is it?
Oh, yeah. They just print those things out and stuff them in the cookies. They don't even know what they say.
They're made by Mexicans in the ghetto here in Atlanta, the largest company of them. That's a true story. That is a true story. Ponce de Leon in the yeah. Who would have thought that would be the headquarters for fortune cookies? Yeah, Ponce de Leon in.
Next time I write Amazon and order my almond cookies, I'm going to ask them who's making them. Who's making them?
If they taste like hot sauce, now you know. So. The word of the day, Brenda, is fraught.
Fraught?
Can you use fraught in a sentence?
I fraught you were my friend.
Well, kind of close. Something that causes or involves a lot of emotional stress or worry. So, yeah, that could be it. So,
well, then I have been in fraught.
Yeah, it means something full of something bad or unwanted. So, Brenda doesn't want me. So,
no, it's not you I have a problem with. It's the water that keeps running into my house that I need a boat to float around on. Okay.
No, I told you yesterday. Get some floaties. You'll be all right.
No, man, I need to move. God.
Well, I've said that too. We talked about that yesterday. I was like, you need to move.
I do.
You do. So we got to find. We promised. Is Chris still in the chat? We promised Chris.
Sure.
We promised him we would do some trivia today for games because we didn't catch it in time. So now I got to find where that is. And we will have. He wanted Monopoly trivia, so we got to find that. Where was that at? Humanities?
I think it was on a different. Wasn't it on the different one? It wasn't on that one. I don't think was it.
No, I don't. Could I search trivia? Animal, brain teaser, celebrities. We had it yesterday. Was it on hobbies, humanities? We got to find this for Chris.
Maybe hobbies.
I don't know. Board games. Well, we didn't talk about. Let's see if it's under board games.
Board game.
American games, I guess. Would it be? No, Monopoly. There it is, Monopoly.
Monopoly.
So we have a couple different Monopoly in different themes. How well do you know Monopoly? Trade in European places. Monopoly Mania. Maybe that's one we should go for. Oh, there's Star Trek Monopoly. How well do you know the rules? Monopoly variations. So Chris, if you're still in the chat, tell us which one you wanted. I know you wanted Monopoly, so we try our best to take care of our fans.
We could always try the how well do you know Monopoly?
Well, we could. It's multiple guests, 10 questions, so we can do that. Chris is here, he says. So which one do you want, Chris? Do you want how well do you know Monopoly? Or how well do you know Monopoly? All right, so this is for Chris. So if we screw this up, this is all Chris's fault. No time limit. Question 1. Okay, you and your friends will start playing. How many players are needed to play Monopoly? 1 and above, 2 to 8, 2 to 4, 1 to 3. I have no clue. I'm going to assume at least 2 to 3,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
the answer there would be 1 to 3. So 2 to 4. Every time we've played it, there's been at least 4 people. So I'm going to guess
2 to
you need
4?
at least 3. My guess is somewhere between 1 to 3 or 2 to 4. I don't know which it is. So,
Well, it's not
the-
1. You don't want to play
no.
Monopoly by yourself.
Solitaire you can play by yourself, but yeah, it's no fun unless you get a couple people. So
I mean, I could play by myself and say I won, but hey.
Brenda, do you really want to tell everybody that you lost your leg in a strip poker game? Chris
Monopoly game.
Chris says 2 to 8. Denise says up to 4. Brenda,
Yeah.
you're the tiebreaker. Which one?
Well, I think you can play with 8 people, so 2 to 8.
2 to 8. All right.
Yeah.
The banker may be a player. True or false? That's the guy who holds
That's
the money.
true.
Yeah, you can play if you got all the money. You can keep it away from everybody else and say nah. So I believe that is true. So all right, true. The supply of money is theoretically unlimited. What the hell was that?
That was the dog. He laid down and got mad and went, "Urgh."
Have you kidnapped Yoda?
I think so.
The supply of money is theoretically unlimited. True or false? What's the answer?
Well,
I would guess it would be true.
No, it would be false because you can run out of the money.
You just read an IOU. I owe you like $500.
It's false. Shut up.
That's how the government gets by with it.
Chris said it's false too. You're acting like our government. It's not unlimited. You can't just keep printing it.
You just write an IOU. Either that or you invade their country. In what year did Barker Brothers apologize for the misspelling Marvin Gardens? I had no idea. 1996, 1935, 1995, 2008. In what year did Parker Brothers apologize for the misspelling Marvin Gardens? I didn't know there was a misspelling.
Yeah, I never noticed anyway, so it had to have been like early.
Yeah, so 1996, 1935, 1995, or 2008. I'm going to guess 1995 because it was probably not long after it came out. So, but that is a theoretical guess because I've never heard it. So it had to be at least before then. Law says it's true. They tell you to make more money on your new paper. I'm telling you, like the government, you write an IOU. I owe you $5 million. So
Chris said 1995.
Okay, we're going with 1995. All right, Chris, you're on a roll here. How much?
I never played before 1995 because I never noticed it was misspelled.
How much will you pay to the bank when lifting a mortgage on your mortgaged properties? How much will you pay to the bank when lifting a mortgage on your mortgaged properties? Mortgage value plus 10%. The value of the property 2 times. $200 or all your monies.
Isn't that the price of your property 2 times?
I don't know. It's at least the price of your property. So it's either plus 10%, but then you got to do math. Well, you got to do math either way. So are the value of the property 2 times?
It's not $200 because
if they're doing banker math, Law says I read the rules a lot back in the day. So he is the type of person you don't want to play with because they know all the rules. So, I had a friend like that with Scrabble. That is not a word. I've got the dictionary. And I'm like, it is a damn word.
Right? Never ever play with anybody who brings a dictionary. Yeah,
it's too bad KG's not listening because he is that guy. So he also had the poker rule book when we were playing poker.
Oh God.
He was that guy. So love him to death, but he was that guy. So mortgage value plus 10%. Chris says it's times 2. So all right,
Yeah,
we'll go
that's what
times
I
2.
thought.
In the English edition of Monopoly, what is the equivalent of boardwalk? Mayfair, Regent Street, Park Lane, or Fleet Street? So we're at the English. I'm assuming this is the UK version. Mayfair, Regent Street, Park Lane, or Fleet Street?
Isn't it? I think it's Park Lane.
I have no idea. I have no idea because I've only played Monopoly a few times. I get mad and throw the board, toss the board over, and walk out of the room. So I'm that guy. I'm that guy. You've seen me before. Mayfair, Regent Street, Park Lane, or Fleet Street? The English edition of the Monopoly game. What is the equivalent of boardwalk? Mayfair, Regent Street, Park Lane, or Fleet Street?
I think it's Park Lane.
Okay. Well, unless somebody disagrees, we'll go with Park Lane. So I have no idea, so I can't comment. Well, I can comment, but it'd just be wrong. So I would say Regent, but what do I know? So
I don't ever remember seeing anything that said Regent on it either.
Have you ever noticed when we're playing trivia? I'm like, I got no clue. I'm pretty dumb, apparently. Yeah, I don't know. Brenda, what do you think? Brenda's the brains. So, okay.
Yeah. Oh boy, we're in trouble. Chris said it's Park Lane is a good guess, so we'll just go with Park Lane.
How many chances in community chess cards are there in total? How many chance and community chess cards are there in total? Jeez. 31, 32, 33 are none.
How many?
I'm gonna find out something.
In the chat.
Hey, did that work? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I found the mic mute button. So I found my cough button. All right. So Chris says 32. So there you go.
Okay.
You can go to jail by 3 methods. Which one is not a way to go to jail? Moved by chance or community chess card, landing on the jail square by roll of dice, landing on the go to jail square, rolling doubles 3 times in one turn. I have no idea. Once again, I really didn't play Monopoly that much. What I did, I just was a player.
What was the first? What was the first answer you
moved by chance or community chess card, landing on the jail square by roll of the dice, landing on the go to jail square, rolling double. So
you can land on the jail square as a visitor. So do you do that by rolling?
It says you can't go to jail by a roll of dice landing on it.
Okay.
So
then that's
I guess all right, we'll go with that one. I have no clue. What the hell do I know?
Yeah.
The income tax space comes 4 times. Okay, hold on. I'm reading this wrong. The income tax space comes 4 spaces after go. How much will you pay when landing on this space? 100 to 200, 21% are 500, 1% are 100, 100% are $120. Jeez, this sounds like our government here.
It was probably, this game was probably made by the government just to get you prepared.
Yeah. The income tax space comes 4 spaces after go. How much will you pay when landing on this space? 10% or 200? As Chris's answer, 10% of 200. All right, last question. How many color groups are there? Oh, this is racist. 7, 9, 8, or 10. How many color groups are there? 7, 8, 9, or 10.
What does that mean?
I have no idea. No idea.
Do they mean the color of the squares on the board?
I have no idea, Brenda. No idea.
8.
How many color groups are
10.
there?
8. 8, maybe? 8.
I have no idea.
Wait, what was it? 1? Wait,
7, 9, 8, or 10. 7, 9, 8, or 10. How many color
7?
groups are there? I have no. I don't. What the hell's a color? What are they talking about?
You know what? I'm gonna say 7, just because it's probably not an even number, and I think 9 colors is too many. Oh, Chris says 8. Okay, well,
Chris says 8. Law says the game was originally a game to teach you how we could have come together and lived in happiness, but it was bought by Milton Bradley and turned into a psyop. Okay.
Right?
Okay. Hey, they're the same ones that make the Ouija board and put it in the kids' house. So.
Oh, God.
Right.
Oh, God.
All right. Number 1, you and your friends will start playing. How many players are needed? We got that correct. 2 to 8. The banker may be a player. Correct. The banker's responsibility is to organize the title deed cards, distribute the money, that was always KG, to players, and know the rules on buying, selling, trading properties, houses, and hotels. If they are a player too, they should keep their assets separate from the assets in the bank. Well, that's not what happens if you're Trump. So we got that one correct. The supply of money is theoretically unlimited. False. We got wrong on that.
What?
The bank has an infinite supply of money. However, if the paper money in the set runs out, more money can be issued by writing it on a piece of paper. I told you, write an IOU.
Oh, my God.
Told you.
Okay, whatever.
In what year did Parker Brothers apologize for the misspelling Marvin Gardens? 1995. They formally apologized to the resident of Marvin's Gardens for misspelling it. Marvin Gardens. So apparently it's spelled Marven, and they've been spelling it Marvin. So we got that correct. Well, Chris got that correct. Oh, we got this one. Oh, we were on a bad roll here. We got 2 wrong. How much will you pay the bank when lifting a mortgage on your mortgaged properties? Well, we chose the property 2 times, but you can actually lift the mortgage property when you earn sufficient money. But if the property is still mortgaged, anybody who lands on it will not pay rent. Well, that sucks. In the English edition, what is the equivalent of boardwalk? Well, we chose Park Lane, but the answer is Mayfair. Beside it or go in super tax. Let's see. Law said, I told you, I know we can make more money when you run out. See? Always listen to somebody with the name Law. They're probably a lawyer.
Now, wait a minute. Okay, so that game actually was created by our government. We just print money out of nowhere and we don't care.
There you go. How many chance and community chess cards are there in total? We picked correctly. 32. These cards were placed at the center square of the board. Rich Uncle Pennybags was seen in these cards. All right. When you go to jail by 3 methods, no, you can go to jail by 3 methods. Which one is not a way to go to jail? Landing on the jail square by a roll of dice. So if you land there, you're just visiting. Nothing happens and the game continues. So we got that one correct. The income tax space comes 4 spaces after go. How much will you pay when landing on this space? The answer was 10% or $200. When you choose 10%, you pay 10% of the money of your money and property value. If you choose under $200, you just pay $200. So CB says he sent you a message, Brenda. How many color groups are there? 8. When you complete a color group, rent is doubled on unimproved lots. So we got that correct. We scored 7 out of 10.
Wait. You know what? There is a question that was very important that they actually missed on this.
What's that?
What year did y'all decide to take the monocle away from him? Bitches.
I don't think they did. I think it was Uncle Sam that chose that. So.
Somebody did, but he had a monocle, and I don't care what anybody says. Go on with yourselves telling me that there was no monocle. I'm sorry. You can
Brenda, you
fight
were going to
me.
be in a conspiracy role today, so we got 7 out of 10, which was pretty much average. So well, we did pretty
Wait.
decent. So.
Wait,
What?
he
What?
said he sent me a message?
Yeah, that's what he said. I don't know. You and him are going to be BFS now. I don't know. It's whatever you two do is what you two do. So, let's get into this. We'll just figure it out as we go on. If we discover we need more time, I'll just put more trivia up. And Law says that they remember the monocle too. I do too. I do too. So,
Yeah.
Telling you, it was the government. In 1965, a man was able to predict the correct score of every Major League Baseball game before the game began. How is this possible? Law says they used to play a lot with the great granny. Well, that was very nice of you. In 1965, a man was able to predict the correct score of every Major League Baseball game before the game began. How is this possible? Any clues? Anyone? Every game starts. Chris says every game starts 0-0. Let's see here. 0-0. This is always the score before the game. The strategy works every year, not just 1965. Well, there you go. Man, that's it. Losses, the games are fixed. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Emma Lazarus inscribed on the base of the Statue of Liberty. Good Lord, I had to zoom in for that. What happened on this day, May 22nd? Well, it was Johnny Carson's last show in 1992, having hosted it since 62. His final guests were Robin Williams, Bette Midler. After retiring, he occasionally would send David Letterman jokes, which he used on his show. And then didn't one of the other guys go away last night? Colbert, wasn't it his last night?
I think so. I don't know. But I couldn't watch anything last night.
Well, I wouldn't have watched it if I could. Chris says I'm starting to think like this crazy asshole. CB says the monocle, his girlfriend says it was time travel. This day in 1980, the video arcade game Pac-Man is released in Japan as Puck-Man. Didn't know that.
God.
The game was developed to appeal to women as well as men because most video games at the time had traditionally masculine interests such as war or sports. After some changes, it was released in the U.S. the following October. Changes included the name by adding ghosts and changing it from Puck to Pack. There was concern vandals would change the P to F. So it remains one of the highest grossing and best-selling games of all times. I can see that. So, I'm not getting in the middle of the chat fight here. The NBC Peacock, May 22nd, 1956. The NBC Peacock airs its feathers, making its first appearance on the state in 1956. Used the Peacock to promote its color programming and to encourage viewers to buy TV sets. NBC owner RCA manufactured color TVs. That I didn't know. And CBS Radio last night had their last broadcast. This day in 1849, future U.S. President Abraham Lincoln is issued a U.S. patent number 6469 for an improvement for buoying vessels over shoals. He is the only U.S. president to have held a patent. His device consisted of large billows attached to the side of the boat that expanded via air chambers to help lift a stuck boat over shoals. But the device was never put into actual use. Okay.
All right.
Also, they changed it to Pac-Man because lots of people did change it from P to F when it was released. The first woman to compete in the Indy 500, 1977, Janet Guthrie qualifies for the Indy 500 with an average speed of 188.403. She finished 29th of the 33 in the actual race on the 27th.
Any
Good for her.
relation to Nancy Guthrie?
I have no idea. Yeah, there's Google for you. The
Yeah.
first U.S. president to visit Moscow. This day in 1972, then President Richard Nixon visits for a week of summit talks with the leaders of the Kremlin. See, that's what I was wondering. Was Putin going to show up when Trump went there? I kind of wondered if he would. But no, he came a week late. A Situation of Gravity, May 22nd, 1943. The Situation of Gravity is published in Liberty magazine. It was the basis for the movie The Absent-Minded Professor. I didn't know that. Korean independence, this day in 1882, and it is recognized by the U.S. But there's a North and a South, so are they really independent? Civil War, the first Union soldier killed by enemy action. Bailey Brown is killed in West Virginia by Confederate pickets this day in 1862. I'm sorry, 61. 1761. The first life insurance policy is sold in America, issued by a Philadelphia company. They still are waiting for their money. First wedding in New England, Governor Edward Winslow marries Susanna White, 1621.
Yeah.
Birthdays today. The Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski. Okay. Born in 1942. Don't know why I care. We are all extraterrestrial waste. Thomas Gold, an Australian-born astronomer, he established the steady state theory of the universe in 1948, which has since been abandoned by most astronomers. He also proposed a garbage theory for the origin of life on Earth, spread from a pile of waste products dumped on Earth a long time ago by extraterrestrial.
So we are alien poop. Is that what we are? We are alien poop. I can't.
Gold's theory that pulsars are rapidly rotating neutron stars was initially rejected, but is now widely accepted. All right, so there you go. We're all alien poops. CD, the first thing that is actually the first thing I remember seeing on television. The very first television broadcast I remember was Nixon resigning. So a very first one, the very first TV thing I can remember. George Baker, 1915, born on this date. He is the creator of Sad Sack, depicting a lowly private dealing with the absurdities of military life. He had a great artist. His artist in Beetle Baby I truly love. Yeah, here's the scary part.
And you know what I gotta say?
What?
For being alien poop, we sure are smarter than, dog poop.
Oh, Lord. Creator of Sherlock Holmes, born this day in 1859, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Scottish physician, author and creator of Sherlock Holmes in 1887. His belief in spiritualism and the existence of fairies put him at odds with his one-time friend, Harry Houdini. Houdini's debunking of mediums and psychics, including debunking Doyle's wife, ended their friendship. Doyle was also a judge at the first bodybuilding contest. CB says, well, that's something I can tell someone who upsets me. They're not worth the alien poop they are made from. Jeremy Gelbox, he was an American TV actor born in 1961. He was the first Chris in the Partridge Family, but he was replaced after the first season when his real life family moved on. So they're like, yeah, sorry, it's not going to be hit show. We're bouncing. So, and he ended up a meth addict in West Virginia. Susan Strauss, that is not fact. Do not at me. Susan Strasberg, born this day in 1938, American actress. At 18, she became the youngest actress to star on Broadway. Her name above the marquee title for her role in Diary of Anne Frank. And today she would probably be an OnlyFans star. Richard Benjamin, born this day in 1938. It's an American actor from He and She. It was Dick. Okay.
Oh,
Frank Sinatra, Charles Aznavour, a French-American singer. He was one of the most popular singers, selling over 180 million records, and was dubbed France's Frank Sinatra. Never knew him. Sid Melton, born in 1917. You might recognize him as the handyman from Green Acres. God, that song's stuck in my head. The Danny Thomas Show, The Golden Girls, and the long dead husband of Sophia in Salvador Petrillo. Okay. Horton Smith, an American golfer. He won the first Masters tournament in 1934 and again in 1936. Sir Lawrence Oliver, 1907, a British Oscar and Emmy-winning actor. He starred in Hamlet, won 5 Oscars. Okay. Albert von Graf, well, he was born in 1828. He was a German eye surgeon, regarded as the greatest German ophthalmologist of the 19th century. He was the first to successfully treat glaucoma. Richard Wagner, German opera composer from Ringcycle and Lohengrin. Okay, there you go. We don't cover deaths here because we like to stay happy on this show. Well, we do cover some deaths, so that's totally fact. So it's National Maritime Day, National Vanilla Pudding Day. Do you like vanilla pudding?
It's all right.
Chocolate. I'm a chocolate guy. And I also saw a thing going through the conspiracy theories that chocolate before the end of the year, because of Ebola, will all be made in labs. Because
it already is.
Well, not all of it. Not all of it. Some companies still use genuine cocoa, but not all of it is. So
what is their reasoning now?
Because of Ebola, we're not going to be able to import it because that's where Ebola comes from, and you can get it from direct contact. So they're going. It's going to be import banned, and then they're all going to die and won't be able to pick it. And probably global warming killed all the trees or plants or whatever the hell it is.
I know people that live like in Australia and the UK and Germany. I'll just have them send me some of their chocolate if I want chocolate.
Well, it's going to be imported from Africa with Ebola on it. So you eat a Hershey's bar and get Ebola. Your brain will rot.
They make their shit. You know what? That is another reason just to put something else in a lab and try to feed us.
Well, I'm just telling you, it's coming before the end of the year. Your chocolate will be all lab made. So
they really think that we are all alien poo. That's
National Well, if we were alien poo, we couldn't process this. National Biomusical Instrument Day. Explore More Idea Days. National Don't Fry Day. Well, that's not celebrated in the South. National Craft Distillery Day. I'm always for a local craft, whether it's a brew or a hard liquor. It's National Cooler Day. It's National Solitaire Day. So go play solitaire alone, Brenda.
Yeah.
I don't mind playing solitaire. I had never played solitaire till I met Beth. It's Bitcoin Pizza Day, whatever the hell that is. All right. Canadian Immigrants Day. Are we going to have that when Alberta decides that they're going to be American? It's Carb Day. Declaration of the Bab Day. Okay. Harvey Milk Day. International Cocoa Mom Day. Now, wait a minute. That sounds racist. It's International Cocoa Mom Day. I'm not even going to look. International Day for Biological Diversity. National Boss Babe Day. You can't say that. You're a race or you're sexist if you say it now.
Oh, God.
Boss is a babe. Yeah, you're going to HR. National Cooler Day. Craft Distillery Day. It's Death Busters Day. What the hell is a Death Buster? It's Road Trip Day. Chris, I keep telling you in KG, we got to do a road trip. Title Track Day. Shavuot Day. That's a religious holiday. Sherlock Holmes Day. Slavery Abolition Day. Weird Goth Day. Somehow on my stream, and it'll probably pop up now, are these girls that are like white from head to toe with jet black hair and big boobs. I was like, where did they come from? World Diploma Day. And it's Preeclampsia Day. So I just got to be makeup. I hope it's makeup, because if not, those girls need to see some sun. So, because good Lord, they are white. They are from head to toe. So I mean, they're hot. Don't get me wrong, but I can't say that because I'll be called
They're
a
aliens. You're their
I'm
poo.
okay with that too. I'm okay with that too. I'm okay with that too. Why not? The Catholics want to baptize one. I want to mate with one. So there you go.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
But they probably like have parts coming out. Yeah, we can't talk about it in the air. So it's National Wig Out Day. World Goth Day. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's see. Johnny Carson's final appearance. Yes, we talked about that. 1992, 1900 American inventor Edwin S. Voti receives a patent for the pneumatic piano player. All right. And on my radio show the other day, I played a spot for a guy who played rubber chickens.
A guy who played with rubber chickens?
Yeah, he makes music with rubber chickens. Yeah, it's a thing. Here's what pisses me off. I've got over 800 subscribers and followers. Somebody that tunes and plays a rubber chicken gets millions of views. What is the world coming to?
Well, maybe you should make a video of you mating with an alien and you'll get millions of views too.
Well, a U.S. town of Nebraska, Hallam, is wiped out by a powerful F4 that sets a width record of 2.5 miles wide and kills one local resident. Well, if it totally eliminated the town, they only got one resident. Did it get the mayor?
Right.
The War of the Roses began in 1455. Did you know that? Battle of St. Albans, in a conflict that was the battles of two families competing for the English throne. The York families, whose badge was a white rose, and the Lancaster family, whose badge was a red rose. Henry Tudor, which was Henry VII, a Lancaster, brought the bloody Civil War to an end in 1485 and married Elizabeth of York, uniting the two clans after 30 years of bloodshed.
I have to step away for a second. I'll be right back.
Everything all right? Are you going to fall out or anything?
No, I got to pee.
Oh, okay. Thanks for sharing. This day in 1856, Congressman Preston Brooks beats Senator Charles Sumner with a cane. All right. Congressman Preston Brooks of South Carolina beats Senator Charles Sumner of Massachusetts with a cane on the Senate floor. The attack came 2 days after Sumner, an abolitionist and academic lawyer, gave a provocative speech about whether or not to admit Kansas to the Union as a free or slave state. Citing specific senators in his speech, Sumner argued that their support for slavery was to blame for the increased violence in Kansas. The pro-slavery Brooks insulted that Sumner singled out his relative, Senator Andrew Butler, stormed the floor and beat him with a metal-topped cane. Now, here's the deal. If we could do more of that in our House and Senate right now, we'd get a hell of a lot more done. So, and we wouldn't, instead of being nominating and selecting all these old people, we'd send like football players and bodybuilders so that we could like watch it as a blood sport. I'm for that returning. I'm okay with that. So 1859, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle is born. So Edinburgh, Scotland, he became famous character of Sherlock Holmes, a cunning detective who used his strong powers of observation to solve crimes. However, Doyle long thought that the Holmes story unfairly overshadowed a more serious fiction outside of writing. He was a medical doctor and volunteered as a medical doctor during the Second Boer War. Let's see here. 2002, Chandra Levy, her remains are discovered on this day. A federal intern was discovered in a Washington, D.C. park. It triggered a media frenzy because she was romantically involved with an older married congressman. The killer has never been definitively established. Work that out yourself. So, CB. Okay. All right. Today is the 142nd day of 2026 and the 64th day of spring. So let's see. On this day in 1807, former Vice President Aaron Burr was indicted for treason. In 1872, President Ulysses S. Grant signed the Amnesty Act into law, restoring full rights to nearly all Confederate sympathizers. 1947, President Harry Truman signed the Truman Doctrine, appropriating military and economic aid for Greece and Turkey to combat the spread of communism. Okay. 2017, a bomb exploded at a Manchester arena following an Ariana Grande concert, killing 23. I don't remember that. I thought that she canceled concerts because there was threats. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Where are we going from here? Well, I guess we'll go into some live updates. So let me refresh this because there's probably more breaking news since we come live. As we were coming to air, no, go full screen. There we go. No, yes. As we were coming to air, Tulsi Gabbard resigned as the National Intelligence Director, citing her husband's health. Apparently, he has been diagnosed with bone cancer. So we send out our well-wish thoughts to him. So she needs to spend time with family and not doing this stuff. Let's catch up on the chat here. Truman, like naming stuff after himself as Trump does. Is that true? So let's see. Where are we at here? Let me back up. I'm way behind on the chat. So that is something I can't. Okay. Chris says they went to a blind kid and never said why Chris was different. Well, some of the spiritualist pictures are freaky as hell from back in the day, with people having ectoplasm coming out of their mouths and stuff. Susan looks like Lily Mumster. It's for my glaucoma. Finding home labs in California with vials of Ebola. That doesn't surprise me. Let's see. Yeah, they probably gave her husband the cancer. Yeah. Let me check this message to make sure it's not something I need to know about. If I knew how. If I only knew how. Well, shit. I sent me a message. Where'd they send it?
If you only had a brain.
I only had a brain. So are you feeling better, Brenda? Are you
yeah.
Good. Everything come out all right?
No, the end result of that just burns like hell.
Okay. Okay.
Bladder infections are no good.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
All right. So all right, well, that wasn't for anything I needed to pay attention to. So, all right, let's get back to the show here. Let's see. Trump says he's skipping his son's weekend wedding. I'm telling you, that's a sign we're going to war. So,
well, the weekend is coming up.
That's true. Let's see. Democrats say Gabbard's replacement needs to restore trust in the top intelligence post. Okay. I thought she did a decent job. So Trump said she did a great job. So, well, she is the fourth cabinet departure so far for Trump. Well, not all of them were friendly. Let's see. Warsh briefly nods to the issue of independence. Don't know what the hell that means. America's central bank has a new chairman, and Trump says he wants a new Fed chair to be totally independent. He went to New York or New Jersey, wherever it was up there, to swearing in. Let's see. Judge in Maine and Wisconsin reject DOJ efforts to obtain voter rolls. Why would you do that? I mean, you should have no problem going, yeah, we got 500 Americans here that are voting. I don't understand that. So, Chris says first Christie known gone, and now, well, and don't forget about the Attorney General. So yeah. I thought Tulsi did a decent job. She was also one of the ones that was pushing for the UFO release. So,
no, God, every time they push for something to be released, they go,
well, what? Yeah, it's time to blow something up. Rubio met with NATO allies with demands to increase defense capabilities. Yeah, we knew that was coming. Trump and the Republican Party are exposed in two ways. Well, this seems to be breaking news from the AP. While the Trump's handpicked candidates are winning GOP primaries, many untested heading into general elections this fall. So with Trump's approval rating dropping, you see, here's the deal. They're just gonna say they're gonna win. They're gonna win. They're gonna win. And if they win, good for them. If they didn't, they're gonna blame somebody else. I mean, come on.
Hi, Monsters Unleashed.
So, yeah, hey there. I've been meaning to message you. Let's see. Trump is sending 5,000 troops to Poland, which caused some confusion because of the U.S. presence in Europe. Yeah, there was apparently a bit of exchange between Hegseth and Trump over that. Because Hegseth was pulling people out of Europe, and Trump's like, no, we're sending 5,000 to Poland. And he's like, what? So, yeah, they give conflicting orders earlier today, but apparently it was because they hadn't talked. And once you talk to the commander-in-chief, you do what the commander-in-chief says. So, the Iran war latest. Well, with Tulsi Gabbard resigning of the national intelligence, Trump makes a new Iran deal claim. This is the way it's going to be. They're going to want to have retribution. They're going to want to set up a toll, and they're not going to want to give up their nuclear talks. So, or their nuclear material. So, this is going to be ended up be a battle to see who can outlast the other. So, I did not watch any of the UFO files on purpose, because I wanted to watch them with you guys and gals. I did watch a couple of the other shows talking about them, but I never did watch to see what they are. So we will play them live, and we will both. So this is some of the release. This one, I don't know what the date is. I have to go back and look. We made it full screen. And it looked like there's the UFO right there in the center screen. And it's moving up from the right to the left as a big white orb. And one of these videos is supposed to be from where they blast them out of the sky. Now that's an interesting one. Looks like it comes up out of the ground, out of a military installation, and goes from left to right out of the frame.
And that's what they gave us.
This is what they gave us. Yeah, I'm watching it for the first time. This looks like the afterburners on a jet. It doesn't look like it's traveling, kind of a consistent straight line. So, there's the orb right over the water, it appears. I do notice one thing. They're not locking onto it. So, and it appears that it is moving in kind of an erratic way. So I don't know what to think of some of these. So if it's an orb, a little tiny orb, how could it contain people? That's my thing. So, and I believe this is the one where it turns into the starfire. I think this thing turning into a starfire with its projection, I think that it's just a play of light. I don't know if it's, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Some people are saying it's an angel. I don't know. So, the intelligence officer recalls a glowing orb at high speeds. Multiple files include sightings of green orbs, discs, and fireball. Of course, they're being released now because of, the right to know by the citizens. So, let's see. They also had a video, I don't know if it's in this one, of one of them being shot down over an American lake.
I'm gonna tell you what's pretty bad about this. This is what they give us to look at. Okay. Mm-hmm. But people are making AI videos that are right on target and pristine and look good. But this is what they give us.
No, I agree with you. I agree. I don't have an argument. Because
when I see that, you know what I think of? Dun 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 dun. It's here.
Tell me what the hell that is.
Mario Brothers.
Oh, okay. One of them includes a mysterious fireball, tic-tac shaped objects in the sky, and various fighter pilots being a video of a U.S. fighter jet being shot down. Okay, they shot down one of our jets. I wasn't aware of that.
Or somebody shot at one of them and it went through it and hit our jet. Who knows?
Well, yeah. One of the videos referenced a F-16 shooting down a UFO over Lake Huron in 2023, according to the Daily Mail. Pete Hegseth said in a Friday statement, the Department of War is in lockstep with President Trump for unprecedented transparency regarding our government's understanding of the UAPs. So, this one basically shows these three ships or boats are traveling at a high speed on water, and basically a orb comes out of nowhere and circles them and goes at high rates of speed. So, let's see. Trump asked, "What the hell?"
That's what I'm saying. What the hell?
I mean, it seems to me that our military should have better imaging than this. So,
yeah,
just me. So I don't know. Let's see. I'm watching some of these for the first time, so I haven't seen them myself. There we go. Make this full screen. This is from the Daily Mail. Infrared sensors from 2000. This is over a U.S. military base, and it appears to travel at a high rate of speed coming out of the ground. That's odd. Now, here's my question. What is tracking that? That's one of the other questions I have. If we've got this video of it, what do we have in the air tracking it?
And how did they know it was going to come out of the ground where it did?
Well, are they just tracking everything? I mean, that's another possibility, because if you remember, when we look a lot of times at the flight aware stuff, or not flight aware, the plane tracker program I got, you will see some that are as high as 70 to 80,000 feet. So they got a pretty good picture of everything below them. Their optics are certainly better than what we're getting here. Come on. So my question is, what are they looking for? And if they spotted this, why did they not, send a jet to it? Somebody else also made a comment that it's just an orb is all that is. Somebody else made a comment that how do we know that these things aren't, like you said, AI? And then that somebody else says, how do we know they're not organic, meaning they're living? I guess that's a possibility. I mean, the truth is we don't know. So, all right, well, I gotta make this go away because that's not what I wanted.
I don't know, but that whatever they're firing kind of excites me.
Brenda.
I need one of those.
Brenda. It's funny. You got a picture of you in your wheelchair.
Boom.
Somewhere there's the video of one being shot down. I guess I haven't seen it yet. What do you make of all this, Brenda? Like I said, I think if they get stuff at 80, 90,000 feet and they can capture this, why don't we have better pictures?
I know. I'm going to say this. I know for a fact we have better quality than that.
Well, here's a picture of an F-16 locked on target, fired and exploded. This is infrared sensor from an F-16 in 2003 over Lake Huron, where supposedly they shot one down. They wasted one. So where's the pieces? Where's the all right. So what you show us that you blew one up. I mean, cool. I mean, I'm okay with that, but whoa, that one's traveling pretty fast. How come we don't know what the pieces were? Well, that one changes direction real quick. So
yeah,
I don't know.
It's got little eyeballs on it.
And then another guy I watched, he said, "Did you know that NASA files weren't classified? They just didn't release them unless somebody asked for them." I was like, I didn't know that. So how do you know what to ask for? Because NASA's like, no, we're not going to send that out. So if you don't know it exists, how can you ask for it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, all right, Brenda, this is your part of the section to go all conspiracy theory on us. So a retired Navy admiral, U.S. SEAL, was interviewed on Fox, U.S. Vice Admiral Robert Hayward, and appears to be wearing a prosthetic mask during an interview talking about the Iran standoff. Have you seen this, Brenda?
Yep, I have seen that.
So what is your theory? I've listened to the voices of the two. They're different. For one, the person on the right, that does look like a mask flap, but certainly has smoother complexion and skin than the person on the left. Yep. Doesn't appear to have any age marks. And of course, they're going to polish their head. But what do you think? And the Admiral hasn't come out saying yay or nay, as far as I know. What's your thoughts on this?
The world is a stage.
So you're saying Fox is complicit in this as well. They're not.
They
they're
all
not
are.
They're not the news source to go to. I agree with you. I think
they all are. That's a mask, and it's probably because the real guy actually wouldn't say what they wanted him to say, so they just put somebody else in there to repeat what they wanted to put out.
Yeah, it's a mask. I don't see how you can deny it's a mask.
Somebody was saying, well, he's talking out of it. If you look, it's like, no, he's not talking out of it, but it is a mask. Yeah, and I am a little concerned about the way the neck does move on the sides of the mask, but you can tell it's a mask. If you cannot tell that's a mask, then you have worse eyes than me, and I'm blind in one of them.
I'm not saying it's not. No, I'm not saying
it's
not.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying anybody. No, I mean, I am blind in my right eye. I can barely see out of my left, and I could tell that's a mask.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a mask. So, and apparently he hasn't commented. So, is the dude unalive?
Like I said, it could be just the fact that they wanted him to put certain things out, and he refused to lie. So they just had a mask put on somebody who would say what they wanted him to say.
Yeah. Chris says I saw an old video. What was supposed to be Sleepy Joe. He was president, and he was like a foot taller than his wife. The Sleepy one is in half. The one who used to get me was the ears. They had different ears. So, like, come on, guys.
Did you ever see the one where he had the mask and the tag, like the tag from the mask was still on the ear? It was on the ear. Oh, no. He had a tag on his ear.
I think I saw one where it was coming out of like the back of the suit.
Yeah, when he reached back to itch it, yeah.
So,
but that right there
does. But and the other thing that gets me is people weren't listening to the message; they were more mesmerized by the mask.
Yeah.
Basically, as a rear admiral and Navy SEAL, he was pretty much saying, "Kill them all and let God sort them out." So, I mean, that was pretty much what he was saying. But yeah, I don't think this is a body double. I think this is a bad mask, bad makeup. And I'm going to bet they were saying, like reporting from Chicago. The guy was probably in the next room. So I'm just saying, there's some, so I use my source that I look at for, if I'm going to watch TV news, primarily is either News Nation or Newsmax. News Nation has been a little bit better than Newsmax, but I have not been on the Fox train for a while, for a long while. So because of some of the things they've done, and this just proves to me that they're still doing something shady.
And Law, I'm going to tell you what I found out about that. It wasn't a mask. It was actually somebody else who looks kind of like him, and they just did makeup on him. I'm not even so sure that it wasn't the girl. I don't know if you've ever seen, I don't remember what the heck her name is.
I don't know the one you're talking about. No, I've seen several people talking about it on the internet.
She's a female, and her smile, everything. If she would shut her mouth and you didn't hear a female voice come out of her, you would swear up and down it was Jim Carrey standing there in front of you.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we had on the Sportcat show, we had a Robin Williams impersonator that sounded like him and was really close in looks, but you could look and tell that it's not really Robin Williams. But when he was on stage or acting, it was hard to tell. He had it down pat. He was a great actor. He's been in movies. Yes, I've had a movie star on my TV show or on my YouTube show. But yeah, I agree. This is a mask. So,
they didn't have it
Yeah,
pull down enough or have him wear something that was high enough. So
yeah, he should have wore a suit or a tie.
it's too loose around the neck, which I'm kind of surprised because most of the masks that they have that they put on these people
Are
will go
long?
down. Yes, they're longer. They go down halfway down their chest, and
Yeah.
they're longer, so they don't come up.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe he knew that they were going to use his mask and they trimmed it so that they would get caught. He's a SEAL. He's pretty smart. He's a SEAL. So I'm just saying. So
I bet he wouldn't have anything to do with that whole thing. That's why they did it.
Could be. The Cuban Minister of Foreign Affairs, Bruno, we always trust a guy named Bruno, said that the narrative that Havana is a threat to the national security of the United States is categorically rejecting statements made by the Secretary of State Rubio. So, because they keep saying that they are a threat to the United States, so we must protect our sovereignty. And they're saying Cuba is not, nor has ever been, a threat to national security of the United States. That's not entirely true. Back in I don't know if I was born, but my dad was on the Bay of Pigs when they had the missiles there. And then, of course, we've known about their listening post for Russia for years during the 80s. So that's not entirely true. They have posed a threat to national security. I think the biggest threat is we need to be their friend more than anything. I know what we're going to do. We're going to go blow them up and take them over. But I got that. I know what we're going to do. But I think we should be friends with all of them and discourage any of our neighbors to be friends with our enemies. And sometimes that means we're going to have to pay them. That sucks, but sometimes it is what you do. Sometimes we're going to have to probably protect them. It sucks, but that's something we probably are going to have to do. But yeah, we can't allow them to be friends and have Russian and Iranian operations down there, especially with us being involved in this conflict over the sandbox. So I don't know.
You're right, Chris. They don't care anymore. They throw it out there in front of us. They don't care.
I could read the comments so the listeners would know. I think they just don't care anymore. They have conditioned so many people to fear being labeled a conspiracy theorist that they no longer have to put any effort into covering their tracks. Well, I've heard that too, that because God already knows there's those hardline MAGA people there that are like, no, that's not a fake. That was the real seal. And they'll defend it to their death, which is stupid. This to me looks pretty open and shut. That's a mask, dude.
I think that both wings on the same bird are deliberately keeping us divided, and I really wish people would think about this.
Oh, I agree. They want us to be separated.
Divided, we are weak. Together, we hold all the cards, and people just don't realize that.
That's right. No, they want us to. Like I've said this before, everything from Android to Apple to a Republican to Democrat, they want us to be everything. They want us to be at odds with everything. Exactly, Law. It's like a WWE. It's like an adult comic book, because here's the real deal. You may not like Trump, but somebody wanted him in power so that he could be in power and go do all the Trump things that he's doing. So we wouldn't see what they're doing over here. So Trump isn't really the one in charge. Yes, he may be the one that says push the button, but he's not the one behind the scenes. So yeah, there's still
a lot of people at bay. That's what it is.
Well, there's still a wizard behind the curtain. So and until we get rid of that, and I don't know what it's going to take. I really don't know what it's going to take, because
togetherness.
I had hopes for Trump, but he has failed.
Joined together is what's going to put a stop to that.
I agree.
Standing up for our rights. Stop letting them.
But
I watched a
you
video
can't do
earlier.
that when they constantly stir it. Like I said, if you support a Republican, you're racist, you're sexist, you're homophobic.
Well, that's what I'm
support
saying.
a Democrat, you're a blue-haired freak. Stop already with the goddamn name calling.
People need to understand that we are all slaves to the same system.
And made of alien poo.
Alien poo. That's right.
Poo.
That's right. So we'll take the small poos and we'll just throw them at them. We're going to be throwing poo. Alien poo.
I don't know how we get out of this mess. Like I said, I had hopes for Trump, but I don't know. I don't know. He's it seems like especially when I see him with Lindsey Graham, I get so mad. Like, dude, he is one of the ones that you absolutely said we were going to get rid of. I don't care that he's got an R behind his name and he's your BFF. No. No.
Well, they say that there is nobody that's going to save us but us.
No,
we have got to stand up against this shit. They're going to. I watched a video earlier of them talking about taking away our First Amendment. Well, they're already starting to do that with all the censoring that social media does. Okay.
Like I said, I was just, for instance, a few minutes ago, they've got things at 90,000 feet. They got a bird's eye view from 90,000 feet. You've got a pretty good eye for what's going on. And if you can intercept all data, voice, and then zoom in, and with the new technology, supposedly they can see into the houses now. I don't know if that's true.
Here's what gets me.
A license plate.
But they can't stop pedophiles. They cannot turn around and stop kitty porn. But they can turn around and look at us through our fucking TVs. Yep. Give me a break. What in the Sam hell is really going on? This stuff is pissing me off beyond repair. Okay? I mean, literally. You can sit here and pinpoint where somebody is in their damn house with a heat seeker, but you can't get online and stop these people from raping our children. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I agree.
Okay, sorry.
I thought we were voting for a change, but apparently we got like a chocolate milkshake. So I mean, we didn't get the goddamn Baskin Robbins chocolate sundae. We got like a milkshake. No, actually, we got like a Wendy's. We got Frosty. So yeah, we didn't get what we wanted. So.
Ooh, I got mad and made my nose start bleeding again. Some bitch.
Good. You need to turn the camera on if you fall out. So, BBC, will we invade Cuba? Well, there's three ways we could do it.
Why
we could
not?
Seize Raul Castro. That'll be a firefight. We could seek Havana leadership change. That'll involve a firefight.
Yeah.
Cuba could collapse, which will involve a firefight of the people probably rioting and taking control. So, but either way, there's going to be a firefight. And hey, it's Memorial Day weekend, so what a better time to have fireworks. So there you go.
Why not?
They use colossus. They use corporate shit to destroy our rights. We just signed them away. Yeah. There was a video going around earlier talking about if you had an Android and it upgraded to the new AI, all the things you agreed to just by having the phone, and there was nothing you could do about it. It's like they basically there's even if you turn it off, it's like, they're monitoring you 24/7, 365.
Yeah.
So there's nothing you can do because you agreed to it. And one of 5 million apps you wanted to watch a video 2 years ago, you agreed to it, which is bullshit. Just bullshit. That's lawyer talk. So, well, speaking of lawyer talk, apparently this was announced last night around 9 p.m. Eastern. Alberta is going to put it on their next voting thing, a referendum to whether Alberta should remain in Canada. So she did a fireside chat last night because apparently there's over 400,000 people that have signed a petition to put it on the poll, or put it on, is that what you call it? Put it on a ballot. So they're putting it on the ballot. So now she was perfectly clear as the prime minister. Was that her title, official title? What is her title? Premier Danielle Smith. She's made it clear that, well, they've met the requirements to put it on the ballot, but that she would personally vote to stay a part of Canada. So, and she also pointed out that even if we vote on separation, that doesn't mean that, May 1st, we're going to be separated. That means that they can, keyword there, can start the process of separation. So, well, the Canadians, from what I understand, in Alberta are pretty much like the Midwesterners of the U.S. They're like in the Texans. They're like, yeah, we're done with you. We're out. Deuces. So we'll see. It's going to go on the ballot. But what that means, who knows? They could vote for it and then they'd be like, yeah, no, thanks for asking. So you get a participation trophy. So we'll see. We'll follow that. So catch up in the chat there. CB loved your rant, apparently. Yeah, agreed. Corporates shouldn't be allowed to violate any constitutional rights. Well, get used to it. They do it every day. NOAA releases the 2026 hurricane predictions, and El Nino is going to return. So we're going to have a hotter, drier summer. And they're saying that there will only be 8 to 14 named storms this hurricane season.
And they've got them all named and
yeah, they do that every
made
year.
already. They already know what they're doing.
They have the names for like the next 10 years made up. And there's only going to be like 3 to 5 of them that are going to be significant storms. And a guy I followed showed the fire season maps that they said predicted from last year, and then showed a map of what is currently burning. And he said, look familiar? They already knew. I was like, yeah, that's true.
We made that one already last time. We might as well just duplicate it.
It's still snowing in Denver, though. I don't understand.
Still snowing in
serious story. And I'm only going to cover this because, love him or hate him, Kyle Busch was a racer. He wasn't quite the intimidator, which was, of course, Dale Earnhardt, but he sometimes could be seen as a villain in the NASCAR circuit. Love him or hate him, he was fierce competitor, even with the racers for the company he held a majority stock in and his teammates. He would wreck you to win. It's a lot like Earnhardt. He got fired from racing with Earnhardt Motor Speed, or whatever it is, Earnhardt Motors, back when Dale came up. When Dale came up, they fired him to make room for Kyle. He moved over to Joe Gibbs Racing, and that's where he had the most of his success. And Joe Gibbs did have a good positive influence on him, even though Joe Gibbs would get infuriated because one of their racers who hadn't won would be in the lead, and he'd be on his bumper like, get him away, bitch. And he'd push him out of the way. So he truly lived to the rubbin is racing rule. I think the last race, I don't know if it was I haven't followed NASCAR much this season, so I don't know if it was the last race or if it was the last race he recently won, because he's frequently in the winner's circle. He said, and I'm going to paraphrase here because I don't have the exact quote. He said, you have to enjoy each one because you never know when you won't have one again. So, yeah.
That was 6 weeks before. That was 6 weeks ago.
Yeah. And then his last tweet was talking about how he loved his son and he was going to be great. It almost sounded like a memorial for his son. And I will say, as a paramedic, sometimes you have patients who can foreshadow their serious health problems. I don't know if that's the case, because apparently he was testing a new, I don't know what you call it, racer. It was a simulator, and it would have excess G-forces. He was also a pilot, which I know he loved to fly. I know from frequent or not frequent. I know from previous experience with my health that constantly going up to altitude and down to altitude and back can cause health problems. And then he was in this simulator where they were simulating real life conditions at excessive G forces, because let's just be honest, we want to see the speed. We want to see the big wrecks. We don't want anybody hurt, but we want to see that. You know, it's kind of like we watch WWE. We already know it's an act. It's a game. Now, I don't think NASCAR is so much, but because of the competition level and the fierce loyalty some of these racers have. So I don't think that theirs is as much written out and scripted as WWE, but that's what we want to see. We want to see the drama. We want to see it. And he provided that. So yeah, it's good. Chris says, I despise Kyle Busch. Love to see him lose, but I have to say I'm stunned, and I'm going to miss him. It turned out it wasn't hate. It was probably just jealousy over talent. He was very talented. As far as a racer, I don't know if you could say he was another Dale Earnhardt, but he was certainly right there in this generation. During the middle of his final race, he asked for a physician to come to him after the race. He said he wanted a shot for a sinus condition. And that was on May 10th. Then he was found on the floor in the bathroom, still breathing, but bleeding from the nose. So my guess is we're probably going to come out and hear that he had a pulmonary embolism because he had respiratory problems when EMS picked him up. That's going to be my guess, and probably pulmonary embolism is what caused him to suffer a little heart attack.
That's not the first time I've heard that. So, yeah, probably. There's been a few people that have said that. He had problems with headaches and yeah.
And I would bet you money, of course, we will never know, that he suffered from the same brain disease I have and was undiagnosed. So, of course, if he was diagnosed, he would no longer be able to race. So, and he would no longer be able to fly. Well, you can still fly, but you can't fly like he flew. So for all the time, because that's what clipped my wings as a flight medic. So, most men are diagnosed post mortem with my disease as a brain herniation. So, yeah. And, NASCAR's had plenty of racers, look at Kyle Petty, not Kyle Petty. The little Petty, Adam Petty. And there was Quickie. I always say it wrong. He passed away. Of course, Earnhardt was the most famous, dying on the track. A lot of safety things came out of that.
Yeah.
And as far as NASCAR, I will say this. If it wasn't for NASCAR, the car you get in and drive home from work or to wherever you're going the next time, it wouldn't have some of the safety features that it has in it. Because a lot of people don't understand that the companies that actually cut the cars apart and help us rescue them also team up with the people that help make them safer so they're not needed. Every wreck is analyzed by engineers on both sides, from the rescue and safety to the causation to troubleshooting. And a lot of things come out of NASCAR racing that make their way down. We all like to say, well, that don't look like a Ford. That don't look like a Chevy. Doesn't sound like a Toyota. But that stuff does make it down to us. So that's what I've also contended. We would probably have electric cars by now that would go 400 or 500 miles without a charge and do 200 miles an hour if they would just allow NASCAR the technology to use it. You give a bunch of rednecks and go, hey, look, this is what we want in 10 years. We want an electric race car that'll go 200 miles an hour for 5 hours.
Yeah, okay.
And I believe that the engineers, if given the technology, could do it. I really do. So there's a lot of technology that comes with it. A California newspaper, the California Post, has obtained the 911 call that was made. I have not heard it, so I don't know if they made it public. But a male called requesting EMS at the General Motors Charlotte Technical Facility, which is where I said he was testing in a simulator. And if you look at the simulator, I mean, I guess I can't make it any bigger than that. It looks like a dang jet fighter pilot cockpit. So, you know, he did, and he loved that. He loved the thrill of that. So, yeah, racing is going to miss him, and he will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. So, yeah, I hated to see him leave Joe Gibbs Racing, but they're on the same hand. The the Wild Thing or the Outlaw, he was love him or hate him. So whichever side of it he fell on. But there's some talk now. I was reading on NASCAR.com and ESPN. They're actually talking about canceling the Coca-Cola 600 this weekend. So stay tuned if you're a race fan. NASCAR can do that because they can move things around pretty easily. Suck for the fans that have bought tickets already, but
they just moved their tickets too.
Yeah, well, I know, but if you've traveled from out of town to see the race, and so it sucks for them. But so they're talking about it. They're talking about canceling it. So even Bubba Wallace, love him or hate him, he was upset about this. Now, if I'm not wrong, I think Bubba's team, I think it is co-owned by the Bush brothers and Michael Jordan. So 23i Racing. So so it would obviously be his boss. But yeah, even Bubba Watt, love him or hate him, he's grown up some. But yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I liked Bubba at first. I really enjoyed to see when Bubba would win because he was always one of the come from behind winners. But the problem is he's always behind. He doesn't have the talent to thread that needle like somebody like Bush did or Earnhardt did. Or hell, Rusty Wallace. I mean, any of the greats. You have to have an eye to know I can fit my car at 180 miles an hour with the wind pushing me through that and not wreck. So, let's see. Losses. I had your back last night, by the way. I would have geeked out if it was me. You have a lot of patience. Is talking about me or you?
No. He's actually talking to Sage. I was on the show last night, so I know what they were talking about.
Oh, okay.
Well, there you go.
All right, there you go. So you should have been there. Then you'd be in the know. If you know, you know. I don't know.
You know.
Gas prices average $4.55 nationwide. So here in Georgia, we're at, what is it, 409. I'm going to Tennessee where it is 421. So Illinois, Upper Chris's, the average is just under $5. Virginia, where some other fans are, 450. Maryland, it's just over 450. And you can see basically all gas prices have raised by about $1.50 since we started this stuff. So this map, if you can go to NBCnews.com, it's actually pretty accurate. You can zoom in and see what the prices are. Like, I know I'm going to Knoxville. 425 is the average. I know I'm coming out of Atlanta, and I'm paying, what am I paying here? Or I will pay. I got to fill up tomorrow. 405. So, yeah. So this map, you can go over to NBC News and look at their gas tracker app. It's pretty accurate. So I like it. So you can zoom in down to the county level. And of course, we've talked about how out west it's already over $6. Hell, I think before the end of this holiday weekend, it'll probably be over $7 out there in places. That's scary. That is so scary. So I got a new hantavirus live tracker because we keep talking about the people who died, but the tracker never changed. So worldwide with the hantavirus, there's 105 people being monitored, 11 deaths spreading out over 14 countries. The odds of it becoming a pandemic at this point, according to Vegas, are 5.3%. I don't know why we have to bet on it, but hey, we do. What the hell? We'll bet on it. We're Americans. That's what we do. You can zoom in on this one and you can see Washington residents are being monitored after a rare exposure just outside of Washington, D.C. There you go. Shocker. Of course, well, they don't list the ones that like Emory that are in the hospital, But you can zoom out and see. Well, we're going to go to another one here in a minute. They'll give you a bigger picture, but it's pretty spread out there. It's not really. Is it? Oh, this isn't showing that there's any in Australia, but I believe there's some in Australia. So it looks like in the UK is where the biggest section of them is. Now, when we switch this over to Ebola, watch this. Watch this. So, 600 suspected cases, 2 confirmed with 134 deaths, but only 4 countries have been affected. Notice that little odds maker isn't over there for that one.
Yeah, I see that.
And this one doesn't have a map either. And yesterday, I was reading the news feeds as they went, and one of the Ebola treatment centers was taken over by a rival group of teenagers and burned to the ground because they wouldn't release the body of one of their members. So apparently when you die from Ebola, they put you in a special coffin, and in order to be at the funeral and at the, what do you call it? People who carry the coffin. To be a pallbearer, you had to be in a hazmat suit. So, like, wow.
Wait.
Yes.
So the
yes,
special coffin is
coffin.
enough.
Nope.
It's not enough.
You have to be in a hazmat suit, and if you're going to attend the service, which apparently is a cremation, you have to wear a suit.
Wow.
Yeah. So they got mad and said, no, we just want to bury our friend. And so they stormed it, took it over, and burned it to the ground. But, just to be honest and fair, it was only a hut. So it probably didn't take a big fire. So why are you going to burn? I don't know. So there you go. This shows most of them are down in Africa. So 330. This is 336 with 87. So even the stats on each of these is different, no matter if they say updated. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll keep our eyes on it. I'm still watching what's coming out of New Mexico. Remember we talked about this yesterday. They showed up and there was a couple people dead, and then I think now we have up to 20 healthcare workers and responder who have become ill. I think 3 are still in the hospital. I think they were the EMTs initially on scene.
And they're saying they don't know what it is?
They still don't know what it is. They say it's not airborne. They can tell you that it's not airborne because they've tested the air. So something physically you have to get on you, which they think the 3 obviously did. And then the 23 who were exposed and got sick obviously did, but they were decontaminated. Now, here's my story on this. Now, I know I'm from a larger department, and I'm also from a hazmat team, and I was a tox medic with the hazmat team. But when you're dispatched where there's 2 or more people sick, there's a problem already. Now, I'm not saying that you all couldn't have went to the same restaurant and got food poisoning, or you all couldn't have some other thing, but your radar goes up. And we started doing this after anthrax way back in 2000. And then if there was 2 or more sick, it just raised your suspicion. But if there was 3 or more, you called for a full hazmat response. I couldn't tell you the amount of times I've been out and put on the hazmat suit for somebody that ate, bad seafood. But
oh, God.
I mean, it's what we did. And of course, we freaked the patient out even more because we come in, we got all of our suits on, we cut their clothes off, we put them in a cart, we drag them outside, we spray them down with cold water in front of all the news cameras, and we treat them with chemical, rinse them again. We then take them into another place, rinse them, and dry them again. Yeah, it's a whole decontamination process.
I would be the one that sees you come in and just start screaming, "Run, E.T., run!"
You'd be surprised. And then you also have officers, like I was in the back of my ambulance, and you would return until you were like, so let's say there was 3 people, just the 3 people. They had to decontaminate 23. But you would return. You wouldn't go back in service and answer another call. You'd go back to that scene because you were now considered a part of the call. And I returned back, and I have this captain walk this lady up to me who's in street clothes and goes, "Hey, I think she's having an asthma attack." And I said, "That's cool. Was she inside?" He said, "Well, yeah." I said, "Okay, well, tox medic here, both of you are now contaminated. Get the hell away from my ambulance. I wouldn't let him even near the back bumper. And the captain's like, well, you can't decontaminate me. I'm like, yeah, I can. I'm a captain. You're getting your clothes cut off, bitch.
So 23 other people were touching or physically
being in proximity to whatever this is. Now, they are saying they suspect that it's some kind of drug lab because they found narcotics and drug paraphernalia. But now I'm going to be the first to tell you, as a tox medic and hazmat tech, people that do stupid things also take drugs and drink. So
yeah,
I don't know. We're still waiting. We're over 24 hours now waiting for an answer for them out in New Mexico. They've got a complete area cordoned off, and the mayor says the air is secure, which they've called in specialty hazmat teams. So I'm sure that it is, or they wouldn't, or the hazmat workers wouldn't be that close. So, yeah, because we used to have a rule. If I could put my thumb over you and still see you, I'm too close.
God.
Yep. We used to call the police officers vertical indicators. Oh, look, the blue canaries. There's 3 of them down. We'll be uphill, upwind. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll follow that. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Well, she's sparking all kinds of conspiracy theories out there now. Her and Alex Jones are on the speaking tour, and she says that there's going to be a third term of Trump because he's going to suspend the elections because of the wars he's starting. Because then apparently there's a law somewhere where you can't, or you can, as a president, you can suspend the elections because you're at war. I don't know. I haven't researched it. I don't really care because I don't think it'll happen, but she's out there getting people stirred up. So we'll see. I mean, this weekend we may blow up a country. You never know. Yeah. And then Trump stirs it because yesterday at the Coast Guard commencement, he says he will be in office in 2028, maybe 32.
Oh, God.
You're already like 100 years old, dude. You ain't going to live that long. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be mean, but come on,
only
man.
80.
Okay, he's only 80. Well, what, he's going to be 95 when he gets out of office? Come on.
Yeah, then he's going to go be the new Ayatollah.
Oh, well, yeah, he did say that after he was done as president here, he's going to go to Iran and he was going to be the whatever that guy is. And then he said he's going to go be the president of Venezuela. I think he's full of shit, but it certainly gets the people to talking. And it doesn't help that his official Trump store, he has an official store, is selling Trump 2028 stuff.
I think they've had that forever, but the 2028 stuff is new. But
Democrats are actually making fun of him because he's not going to his son's wedding, because he says he has more important things to do here in DC.
Wait, which son is it?
So, well, this was the one that was engaged to the one from Fox News. So it's Junior, his eldest.
Oh, the one with the facial hair that he doesn't like, and he keeps telling him to shave his face.
Yeah, he dumped Kimberly Guilfoyle, or she dumped him, whatever, and then she got made ambassador of Greece, and so he's picked up this girl since the election. Apparently, she's a local socialite and model. So they say it's going to take place at a private island in the Bahamas with only close friends, and no media. So we'll see. And Trump says that he doesn't think he's going to make it. I got a war to tend to. I got a constitution to suspend.
That tells me we're probably going to blow up something or seize from other country. Or
we're out of time. Last story, real quick here. If you have a mailbox, you might want to go check it and make sure that it's meeting requirements, because in order to continue getting mail service, the Postal Service is going to suspend mail to unsafe mailboxes. So it's Awareness Week starting next week. They're going to target people who have mailboxes on their property. So if your mailbox doesn't meet post office code, they're going to come get you.
You know what that means?
Damn, I had some more good stories to tell. What's that, Brenda?
You know what that means? My high mailman is going to say that about all of our mailboxes, just so he can sit outside and smoke his doobie.
He still gets paid. He still gets paid. There you go. Brenda and I will be off next week while I'm with the grandkids. I was talking about doing a special show with Jason, but because of some of the things that happened, I'm probably not going to do it. So, and I did have so many more articles to cover, but we can only do so much in 2 hours. So Brenda and I will be off next week. I will have my Wednesday night show as planned. And I guess that's it. We'll see you in a week, Brenda and I, and I'll see you on Wednesday night. I even took the time off from the Thin Line Rock stations to spend time with my grandkids. So we will not be here next week. Sportcat and Brenda will not be here.
No, Sportscat and Brenda will be here. Not that we're here all the time anyways, but
that's true. Brenda wanted to cancel today, and I was like, no, the show must go on.
I just feel like crap. That's all right. I'm good. I'm going to lay down here when we're done, and
I don't know. You're going to go.
Might wake up feeling like $1 million. Who knows?
There you go. All right, everybody. I'm getting out of here. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
If you need me, you can find me on Facebook. Just message me. Sportcat, I'm getting the hell out of here.
Yeah.
No prepping for doom. We dance in the fray. Sportcat keeps us laughing through the end of the day.